BP has been spraying a controversial chemical to disperse some of that oil and has drawn protests over the long-term effects on the environment. Now, one researcher just back from the Gulf has come up with something he says is much safer, and he spoke today with our Wayne Friedman.
It looks like chocolate, but stinks like the beginning of time. Primordial ooze from the gusher in the Gulf that Dr. Randall von Wedel collected 3 weeks ago and just brought back to his lab in Richmond.
Most Americans think it's just a very thin sheet of oil out there in the ocean. At this stage, it's been photooxidized, it's been dissolved, evaporated, and biodegraded to the point where it no longer has an oil consistency.
That's the good news. Now the bigger issue.
We need to address recovery.
Dr. von Wedel is a biochemist who's developed a vegetable oil-based product that can lift oil from shorelines and marshes and then float it on water for easy recovery. BP and the Coast Guard have not used it in the Gulf, opting instead for more than 1 million gallons of chemical dispersants, prompting suits from environmental groups and frustration from developers of less toxic substances.
There's this barrier, there's this difficulty in transferring innovations outside of the research institution into industry.
The most controversial of the dispersants is called Corexit. Here in San Francisco Bay, the Coast Guard tried a lighter grade of the toxic stuff after the Costco Busan spill.
It had some effectiveness, but we decided not to use it because we had another product that worked a little bit better, and in all honesty, most of the time we just hand cleaned all these rocks.
But, as the Coast Guard explains it, the use of any chemical dispersant on San Francisco Bay would not happen without plenty of red tape first.
We have hundreds of pages of manuals and checklists that we go through every single time we would even consider it.
And as all parties point out, there are major differences between the processed heavy fuel oil we saw from Costco Busan and the crude in the Gulf. Back in Richmond, Dr. von Wedel is hoping for a call and then a large order. From Richmond, Wayne Friedman, ABC 7 News.